And good morning. Good morning. It is Manifesting Monday, and we are super excited to be here this evening. And welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Tiffany Kiefer, and Jill is at a conference this week. She's actually the event coordinator for it. So she will not be with us this evening, but you get me. And so Ron apologizes for not being on this evening. He has to coach. So he has a client, so he will not be joining us. So we have three lovely ladies this evening, and we are going to dive right in. But before we get started, I just want to go over again with you how to manifest so that we kind of get the frame of mind, you know, back in, what the steps are to create the life that we desire and that we deserve, right? But what are the steps? And so I'm going to go over those with you right now because I love you so much. But the first number one that you need to do is to get clear on what you want. That is number one. You want to be clear, specific. You know, we did Manifesting Monday in person last Monday, and once a month we do it in person. Last Tuesday. And we really dove in deep on the specifics of getting specific, because a lot of people say, well, almost like what I just said at the beginning of the call, I want to go to the speaker bureau event tomorrow, and I hope that I get blah blah blah, right? I hope I get connection. Well, that's not being specific enough, and it's not telling the universe what you want, right? So getting clear on what you want. So as some of you heard, well, all of you heard, I said 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I reset, and I specifically stated what I wanted. I wanted to come in contact, to get perfect contacts that are going to lead me to the keynote speaker gigs that will pay me to speak and inspire others on stage. And that's what I want. I want to be paid tangible money to be able to speak and inspire others. And I will meet the people tomorrow that will put me in connection with those people. So what is it that you want to, what is it that you want? Not necessarily what is it that you want to manifest. What is it necessarily that you want? So, and it could be as simple as, Carrie's making dinner tonight, and she wants her dinner to be spectacular, and she wants her children to eat it all, right? Without any issues. And so it could be as simple as that. And down to being specific about, dinner regimen. So it could be simple like that. It doesn't have to be some, ginormous goal that you could do. It could be as simple as, you want princess parking or rockstar parking, or you want your kids to eat all their dinner. It could be simple. So get specific. And I know that was a long, drawn out thing, but to get specific. Oh, hang on. I just decided that it wanted to. My thing is not being happy with me. Okay. The next is to set the right intentions. So you intend to make this happen. You're setting the intentions of how you want the day to flow, how you want dinner to flow, how you want to manifest the parking. So like last week, we went to the art and wine festival or some sort of festival, and this was a perfect example. So I set the intention before we left because my dad said the parking is horrible. There's no parking where we were going because we were going up to Woodside, and there's no parking. It's like in the middle of the forest, and with this art festival. And so I said, nope, we are going to find Rockstar parking. It's going to be great. We're going to get close. It's going to be perfect. And we're going to find a parking place. Well, we found a parking place. As a matter of fact, we found 2 parking places, but they weren't big enough for our truck. So I wasn't specific. So I set the intention right that we were going to find Rockstar parking, and we did. So then I said, as soon as we found the first parking spot, I was like, yes, we found a parking place. Oh, it doesn't fit. So we found the next parking place, and it didn't fit again. I went, oh my gosh, I am not being specific enough. I'm not being specific that we need, okay, I'm regrouping. So I clapped my hands and I regrouped and I said, okay, universe, and out loud. And my mom's sitting in the front seat going, what is she doing? And my dad is just laughing because he knows exactly what I'm doing. So I said, okay, universe, we need Rockstar parking that's big enough for our truck to fit in. Okay? So we need a big enough parking place that's going to get us close enough to the entrance so that my mom and dad don't have to walk that far, and it's big enough for the truck. And lo and behold, we're driving, this car pulls out, we pull in, and it was right next to the walking path to get to the front of the place. It was like perfect. But you have to be specific. So we set the intention before we left that we were going to find Rockstar parking, but we weren't specific enough. So so those were two of the top things on how to manifest. The next is, now this didn't really matter with Rockstar parking, but when you're trying to accomplish something or you're setting a goal, this is where this comes in, and that is to take action or take inspired action, where you get that thought in your head that says, hey, maybe I should do this, or maybe I should call this person, or maybe I should stop here. That's taking action towards what you want, towards the intention, towards where you want to go or to accomplish something. So yeah, it would be great if I can go abracadabra and poof, magically manifest something. And that does happen. I'm not saying it doesn't, but traditionally you have to do some action and make that happen. So that is number 3. And then my absolute number 1 favorite thing to do is to show gratitude. So as soon as we found that parking spot, I said, thank you, universe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was so thrilled that we found the parking place and that we found the trail. It was perfect. So you show gratitude that that the universe provided, because it's just like, when you get, when you make a craft or you really go out and you find the perfect gift for someone and you send it off and you never get a thank you. It's kind of like you get in the gut, right? And that's no fun. Oh, somebody's trying to get in. Hang on. Melissa is. There she is. So it's almost like, you get socked in the gut. So the point is always show gratitude. Always, always, always show gratitude, right? So that is number 5. So, and number 7 is, or I'm sorry, number 6 is to manifest. So allow it to come in. Allow everything that you're wanting. Just know that it's out there. Just know that you have done all the steps. You've gotten clear on what you want. You've set the intention to move momentum forward to have it come in, right? And you've done any inspired action that's come in. You've shown gratitude. Oh, I forgot one thing. I forgot one of the big things. I apologize. Which we've talked about this, and that's visualize. Visualize what you want, which we have talked about this, but it is in one of the steps. So before you allow it to come in, you can actually commingle the visualization and allowing together. So on last Tuesday, when we were together with the ladies and we were live, tangible with them, they said, how do you feel when you visualize? How do you, how do you make it feel like when you're playing a movie in your head? And so I said, and I kind of put out what I want. And another lady said that she wanted to manifest a new car. And I said, I really want to manifest a new car too, because my car went to car heaven. So I said, I'm in the process. It's on my vision board to manifest a car as well. I said, so when I think of my car, I think of when I go and pick up my car, I know exactly what pantsuit I'm going to wear, and I know what my hair is going to look like. I know the lipstick I'm going to wear, and I know what freaking badass shoes I'm going to have on. So when I step my foot out there and I take that picture, my beautiful foot's going to be there, and I'm going to be one rocking woman. and as soon as I said that, I can really get into the feeling space. But not only that, when I'm saying it, they got into the feeling place of, oh, that's what it means to really feel what it is when you want to manifest your dream or feel the dream. Have you ever had a dream and you woke up and you're like, and you woke up and you're like, oh my gosh, right? That's really feeling the movie, right? Feeling the movie, and you feel it, right? If you woke up and you remember the dream, right? Who here's remembered the dream? Yeah? Yeah. So that's the same thing about whether it's a thrilling or scary or a happy dream. It's putting your feelings into the movie, right? So I have happy fingers today. Um, so it's super important to visualize and know that it's coming. So you see behind me, I have visualization boards. I have vision boards. And that's so when I'm turned around and I'm at my desk, I actually see those. So I know what I want to, it helps put me in the space. But that's not necessarily always true for somebody else, right? So those are the key steps just to get us to where we want to be. Now I'm going to open up the lines to the two of you that I can see. And I know Carrie is here as well. So I'm going to open up her, unmute her. And I see Melissa, so I'll unmute her in case she wants to talk. Do any of you have any questions on the steps before we go into a process that we're going to talk about today? Nope.
I have them all written down except for number 2. What was number 2?
Number 2 was set the right intention.
Oh, intention. Okay.
Carrie, do you have any questions?
Well, I mean, I heard them, but I didn't quite get the order either. Could you just run through the exact order?
I can. Yep.
Great.
So number 1 is get clear on what you want. Okay. And number 2 is set the right intentions. And number 3 is take inspired action. That's the thoughts that drop into your head. And you take action on those. And number 4 is my favorite, which I ask all of you to do every day, and that's show gratitude to the universe, God, Goddess, all that is. Say thank you. Number 5 is visualize. Visualize what you want. Play the movie imagination. Number 6 is to allow it to come in. Just know that it's there in your vortex and you're just in the process of catching up to it, right? So you're just allowing it to flow to you. You're almost like to give you an example is your conscious mind, the conscious mind that you're looking at me and I'm looking at you right now, does not know the difference, along with your subconscious mind, does not know the difference between truth and fairy tale. So your subconscious mind doesn't know if you're telling it a story or an imagination or truth. Same with your conscious mind. So play the imagination game. Imagine whatever you want. Okay? And just know that you're catching up to that. And then number 7 is the manifestation happens. I do want to tell you one thing. During this whole process of all of this, remember, don't always just look for the carrot at the end, the goal or the manifestation, the woohoo at the end. Look at all of the steps that come into play and be grateful for all the things that come into play, because those are manifestations too. Those are celebratory manifestations and exciting things to be grateful for as well, because they're just lining you up for the big thing, right? And sometimes those could be more exciting and more celebratory than the actual manifestation, right? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mute you guys. Okay, so the process that I'm going to tell you about today is something that's going to take time for you to do. It's an Abraham Hicks process, but it's super fun. It's super fun, and it's called the placemat process. Okay? And the reason I say it's fun is, remember a couple weeks ago when I talked to you about giving something that you had to the universal manager and to the universe and saying, I'm just giving this up to you. You take care of it. I'm done type thing. Well, this is actually, rather than just saying, I'm done, I surrender, blah, 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 this is actually writing it down. Okay. So imagine, I'm just going to read this so I get it right. Okay. Imagine on a large sheet of paper. So almost like a placemat, like you're in a restaurant. Like you're in a diner, you're in a restaurant, because diners normally have those pieces of paper that are placemats, right? You draw a line down the center. So draw a line down the center, okay? And as the heading on the left side, you write things I will do today. Okay? And the heading on the right side will be things I would like the universe to do. Okay? And from your own to-do list, so everybody has a to-do list, whether it's in their head, whether they write it down, or they have 10 sheets that have written it down. Everybody pretty much has a to-do list that they need to get done for the day, right? So from your own to-do list, select only those things that you absolutely intend to do this day, or you feel or you feel you must do, as I'm having difficulty reading today. Okay, let me start over. So from your own to-do list, select only the things that you absolutely intend to do this day or feel you must do, as well as the things you really want to do, and enter those on the left side of the paper. So all the things that you intend to do and all the things that you want to do go on the left side. Okay? So you could just write notes. Obviously, you're not going to do this right now. I mean, if you're quick, you can, but you're going to write notes. And then you're going to enter all the other tasks on the universe side of the paper. And this will cause you to focus your desires more specifically and release your resistance towards regarding them. Okay? So the point is, you take what you want to absolutely do, you know what you have to get done, and then you release everything else to the universe. And then you flip it over and leave it be. Because you've already focused on it. You already know what your intentions are. You already set your intentions. You were very specific. You set your intentions. Now you're taking inspired action. During this process, you visualized it all, how it was going to get done. You see all the steps for manifestation, how it all plays out. But you chose what you wanted to focus on and what was important for today. Not if I get to it, not, it's those things that you really need to get done and that you want to get done go on the left side. Everything else gets shifted to the universe. And you write it down, because writing takes action, right? Writing puts it into the universe. And then the next day you can do the same thing. But you will be surprised how many times the stuff on the right side of the universe actually gets taken care of without you even doing anything. Somebody takes that task, your husband or your kids take that task that needed to get done, and you never even said anything. It just happened. It's what's really cool is you have an account of how that's taking place. So you actually have, it's almost like a diary or a notebook saying, wow, I'm really, really good at this. Right? So I really like, yes, I really like the placemat process. Oh, somebody else is trying to get it. Let's see who this is. Oh. So yeah, I really like the placemat process. So I would suggest doing the placemat process on a daily basis, especially with things that you need, that you want to get, everybody has a to-do list, right? So I'm curious. I already know what kind of what Amber's take might be on this, but this is something that's probably out of Lisa's comfort zone. So I'm going to unmute you, and I want you to tell me what your take is on the placemat process. What you think?
Me? Oh, am I unmuted?
Yep, you are. I can hear you.
You can hear me. I don't know why my computer didn't work last time, but I'm a list maker. I make lists the night before what I'm going to do, and then I love checking things off. So I'm a big. This is this is right up my alley, actually. But but I've never made things I would like the universe to do. I think of the universe as God. I mean, is that like
Yes,
for
it's
people that
whatever
are
the universe, God, goddess, spirit, all that is. It's any whatever you want to.
pray
I
about?
call it the universe God too.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Okay.
it's the same thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
So
whatever you want God to do.
yeah, putting the right people in my lives to make things happen, the kind of thing that I
Yep.
can't obviously do.
Remember, also God has an army. He also has angels and
That's
other
true.
people that come in.
Good point. That's a good point. So that's why you call the universe is God, angels,
Yep.
anybody, spiritual spirits. Okay.
Yep.
So
It encompasses everybody.
got it. Yeah. No, I mean, I never taken it where you divided it and made columns, but I will definitely do that. I like that idea. Yeah.
Well, and the key thing is to really focus on what you have to get done that is
Yeah.
super important for the next day or for that day, what you want to get done, and put everything onto the universe side. Don't worry about it. Don't go back to it and flip it over.
Oh, okay.
It's done.
Now the universe side, do I write everything out or is this just in my head?
No, you write it all out. You're
Okay,
giving
that's
it
what
to
I
the
thought.
universe.
Okay. Okay. So I
You're
do
giving
write
it
it.
to God and saying, I need help with this.
Okay.
So this is your job.
Okay. Got it.
Okay?
Yeah, I got it.
So, Amber, what's your take on it?
Well, what I think of, can you hear me?
Yep.
To me, the universe part, that's like the bridge. It's the garden. You know, we're over here doing what we feel like we need to get done. And when I can put it over there and leave it be, because it might happen that day, it might not happen that day, but that's kind of how I look at it. Like it's over there, like gestating, the gestation process.
Yep.
And it helps me to, if I write it down, it's like I can get that finality, like you're talking about flipping the paper over. Because otherwise you want to go back to the other side and carry it back over to your side. So when you get that line in the middle of the paper, it just ties the visualization, gets it all going between the brain, the heart, and the soul. That, oh yeah, this is what I'm doing now, because I want to be clear about who and what I'm becoming. And for me, that gives the clarity when you've got it written down on the two sides. Because I'm a big like, oh no, do I really want that on that side? Trying to bring it back over. Let me try to take some action on it. And I mean, I can tell you, every time that I'm not taking the action, I'll be doing my list. Something, somebody, something beautiful and wonderful pops up over there. It is uncanny. I mean, it absolutely does work. So it's just trusting the process that, it's universal. I mean, it happens all the time, whether we're going to recognize it, write it down or not.
Right.
So it's just raising that awareness, that it actually does work.
And I love how you said, trusting the process. It's key. Trusting the process is key. And learning to manifest is really it's a trust thing, but it's a learning curve. It really is, because you're surrendering something that, ever since you were little, it's been like, this is what I have to do. I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this. And now you have some aces in the hole that are helping you lift you as you climb to the top, right? With whatever you're trying to do. And that's kind of, you've never had this, army here helping you, right? And it's kind of, it's different, right? But all three of you and the two that aren't on video, all of you, all five of you have manifested things in your life since you've been working with me. All of you have manifested things in your life since you've been working with us. So it is key. Take the baby steps, right? Just trust the process, right? So Carrie, thank you, Amber, and thank you. what was your take on the placement process? Let me unmute you.
So I think I understand this. I guess it's the night before or the beginning of a day.
Yep.
I write what I know I truly have to do that day. And then all the other things that I know I also have to do, I write on the other side and I flip over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So, because I was multitasking while you were going over it, but I really, that's so incredible that you said that today, because I've really had one of those days where, I've been manifesting or working on manifesting more money, right? More income, get positive income flow. And so I've had people ask me to do things. So I have a new client in my helping them get their cannabis farm legal. So I have that, but that's a new thing on my list that I didn't have last week, and my kid's going to school again. And right. And then I have someone else contacted me asking me for something that was from an older project. So that's a new thing on my to-do list. I'm thinking about how I have to go and find that and send that to them. And, and then I have a signature talk that I'm getting ready for in 2 weeks. So I felt overwhelmed today because I had all these things on my to-do list and I couldn't possibly do them all. And take care of myself too. And where's the time for self-care? I skipped my workout. That was probably a bad idea. It didn't make me any more productive.
Right.
So I'm going to practice this tomorrow, see if it goes better.
Well, post in the group, all of you post in the group and let me know, or let the group know, because I'm going to, when I can, I'm going to post this in the Manifesting with Purpose group so they could see the placement process, because it's key. It's one of just the fun things to do, because some people don't like to journal. Some people don't do a vision board like myself, and they just need help with their day. And they do a to-do list anyway. So this is perfect on, doing a to-do list. So Melissa says, I will start this tomorrow also. So yes, thank you, Melissa, for adding to that. I know that you're multitasking as well. So thank you for that. And John, I know you didn't hear everything about the placemat process, but I will post the recording so you can actually see the steps of manifesting. And that's what I did. I brought everybody back to the basics of manifesting. What are just the basics? And actually, when you make a to-do list, you can almost do all the steps of manifesting in your to-do list, right? So with that, I will post this. So if you want to go back and watch the recording, Melissa says, this is so useful to help those who don't know how to manifest. Thank you, Tiffany, for sharing. So thank you, Melissa, for being on. I appreciate it. John, Carrie, Amber, Lisa, everybody that's watching on the replay, I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you for showing up. It's key. We do this every Monday. Jill's normally on with me. But you have to, if you have teammates or you have anybody in your team or your groups, they have to register for the webinar. And I do this because it's public, and we've had some issues with just putting the Zoom link out there because all my pages are public. So that's why we have it on a webinar register. So if you want to send the register to anybody, feel free, and we would love to have them all on here and get all of their questions answered as well. But I hope that all of you have a fantastic week. If you have any questions, please reach out to me in Manifesting with Purpose group. There are other manifesting coaches in there that can help you if I'm not available. You can also private message me or Jill as well. Okay? So I wish all of you a fantastic manifesting week. Good luck on your placement process tomorrow, and sending you lots of love, 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 love. Have a great night, everybody. Mwah.
Thank you, Tiffany.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.